Ron, thanks for joining us. First off, today the caucuses in Colorado and Minnesota, the primary in Missouri there, but many folks downplaying the importance since all three are non-binding, meaning the delegates come later. It's been labeled as a beauty contest for the candidates. Would you agree with that assessment?
It's a lot like a beauty contest, a little bit more like toddlers and tiaras. The difference is there's crying, there's whining, there's backstabbing, there's temper tantrums, and that's more endemic of the GOP primary than toddlers and tiaras.
I was saying they don't do that in the toddlers and tiaras.
Yes, they do.
But is it meaningful though? I mean, if you're having primaries, caucuses, and no delegates.
It's a data point. It's like polling people, and it's all a game toward the end where who has the most delegates wins. And I think Mitt Romney clearly has a better strategy. It could be upended at any time by Santorum or Newt Gingrich. But it's amazing with the 24-hour news cycle how quickly someone can come up the polls like Newt Gingrich did in South Carolina.
Right. Well, you mentioned Santorum. The polls showing good news for him. Many say that today could be his breakthrough moment in the race. Santorum calling himself the Goldilocks candidate. Romney too cold, Newt too hot. He's just right. What do you think of that?
It's a sad day when you win a contest comparing yourself to room temperature porridge.
I remember that story as a kid, man. That porridge always made me hungry.
Yeah, exactly. Santorum is hanging in there. I mean, I thought he was an also-ran for a long, long time, but sometimes victories are a game of attrition. If he sticks around long enough, he'll do well. But he does well in the primaries where the very strong Republican pro-life people come out and vote, and he's the strongest pro-life candidate.
And we had a nice picture of him there with the golden locks on anyway. But a lot of big endorsements lately, Ron. Newt, supported by Sarah Palin and Herman Cain. Romney got the Donald Trump. And Ron Paul got a very unlikely endorsement, but an endorsement nonetheless. Snoop Dogg, who usually has his mind on his money and his money on his mind, but he had Ron Paul on his mind. Do these endorsements matter, and are you shocked by that last one?
It doesn't matter a lot to me. I'm going to wait and see what Carrot Top says before I make my vote. But, Snoop Dogg kind of tied in with Ron Paul. He agrees with Ron Paul on legalizing marijuana and the other issue, legalizing pot.
It's probably a one-issue
deal. They agree on a lot of different things. Right. And legalizing prostitution. By the way, I want to see Ron Paul elected primarily because he's for prostitution and for legalizing drugs. I want to go to his inauguration party.
Okay, I understand.
That's what I want to do.
I understand. Some people like to have fun in their own special ways. Listen, Senator John McCain says that this whole Republican debate season has now turned into mud wrestling, essentially. And we have a picture of Ron Paul and Rick Santorum getting down and dirty in the mud here. What are your thoughts about that? And Senator McCain has always been a serious guy. A lot of people on both sides, all sides, respect the guy or have in the past. What do you think about his comments there?
Well, if it's a mud wrestling contest, I kind of wish Michelle Bachmann and Sarah Palin were in it, personally. I mean, that's my view.
Those are the only two you want?
Sure.
That's it?
Wrestling, to be fair. Who wants to see Ron Paul mud wrestle?
Especially with Rick Santorum.
Herman Cain's got to be thinking to himself, why did I get out of this thing? I mean, this is going to get fun.
All right, Ron Hart.
It has become such. And a lot of people want to see Newt and Santorum and Romney beat each other up all the way to the convention, and those people are called Democrats.
Right, absolutely. Ron Hart, op-ed political humorist, joining us from Atlanta tonight. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you as well. Thanks.